Well, what happens when one of the most infamous modern day tragedies of our century is now being belittled and becoming a Christian retreat center? And you heard that right. This gentleman is planning to have a Christian retreat center at Epstein Island. And it's unbelievable just to read the article and get the information here, because the information is just incredible, right? Now, this gentleman that we're talking about is an ultra MAGA conservative named Don Huffins. And he has also went on record and said he is a very, very avid supporter of Trump and all of the things that President Trump has been doing. He has been in support of, and of course, President Trump thinks he's a great fellow himself. He was a Texas comptroller and also real estate mongrel, and also was a senator. It kind of comes along with this mysterious connection between President Trump and then a lot of other figures that, you kind of say, well, all right, you're getting really close to the fire, President Trump. I don't know whether or not I'd want to be involved with people who actually are going to be purchasing Epstein Island. But that's what I'm hearing here from this report right here. This gentleman, his family, his estate, his group of people, his buyers have now come out, and they are overtly going to be purchasing the Epstein Island, all for good reasons. According to them, they're going to turn it into a Christian retreat center, and it will be someplace where Christians can come and relax and just enjoy themselves. And so this is what he's going to be doing with this sprawling ranch that is now out there. And that's what we were talking about today. Can Christians redeem? Can this be redeemed by, a Christian man who obviously is in support of the political right? And, when it comes to it, or do you believe that maybe he should not be involved in this at all? Though? What do you think? For me, I can say there's some very, very dark and strange things happening. Again, we're going to have to get our own channel where we can talk about these things uncensored. But of course, right now we're going to keep it as censored as we can. Like say good morning to those of you who are in the chat that's coming in, Grassroots Radio, Paul Grigor, and all the rest of you that will be coming in or seeing it later on. Thanks for stopping by just to chat, have a little coffee with Jesus, talk about some of these issues that are the issues of the day, because, obviously we want to make sure that we are keeping our eye on events. And the goal of this broadcast is to raise awareness and to point to Jesus. And that's one of the things we want to do. Man is filled with error. Man is also filled with sin, but Jesus, there is no failure with him. So anyway, Jeffrey Epstein's sex slave mansion finally sold to, they're saying it was a mysterious person, a mysterious buyer back in 2023. But now this has been revealed all over the news who it is. And of course, this person that they're talking about is this real estate mongrel who was senator, also was a endorser of Trump. Trump endorsed him, and they are best friends and good guys and that kind of thing. Also, he's been featured on Turning Point USA. He's in deep with Charlie Kirk, the late Charlie Kirk. And so all of this here is right here in the news. So you guys can look it up and see. Now, there's some very strange things that I want to talk about. Don't leave yet, because there's some very strange things that are surrounding this place that is now going to be inhabited by Christians. Here's what they're saying. They're saying that Jeffrey Epstein was planning to impregnate all of the women and then seed human race with his DNA, and also discussed with scientists engaging in genetic experiments, and told them that he was bankrolling efforts to identify a stalker particle that could trigger the feeling someone is watching you. This ranch has finally been sold. Okay, so the stalker particle, or all of these experiments that has been done. Well, if there was a herbologist that was out at Jeffrey Epstein's island, and from what I discovered from this whole thing, and let me go back to the video, so let's switch over so you can see this here. What I discovered from all of this information here is that Jeffrey Epstein had a lot of plants that were on his not island, but actually on his ranch now. We're talking about his ranch. And one of the plants was called the devil's breath. And it had the ability, the devil's breath had the ability of causing women or anyone to be disoriented, right? It was one in which he could actually control the minds of the young women. It was a drug, and also it was on his ranch, a favorite plant of his that he used in order to manipulate women, allegedly. This is one of the things that is alleged. We don't really know. But guys, if you ever take a look, if you ever run into this plant, if you run into somebody who has this plant out around their house, run for your life, because this plant here is called angel's horn, or the other name for it is called devil's breath. And if they extract the ingredients out of it and get it into your drink or your food or whatever else they have, you want to make sure that they don't get it on you or get it into your body system, because if they put it in you, then you're not going to be able to control yourself. You're going to be disoriented, and it's worse than Bill Cosby's Spanish fly. So from what I understand, this is growing all around Epstein Island. So I guess they're going to have to clear this out before they make this into a Christian retreat, because this Christian retreat that's coming is going to be, well, of course, it's going to be one in which they're supposed to be, carrying on for God, right? This is going to be something that's happening for the Lord. And so this is one of the things that we talk about. Anyway, like to say again, good morning. If you guys got comments on this, share your comments, and hey, share the video. Oh, King Hugo Mongo. All right, there you go. Seems like they are doing things that need to pass from the future, and they want it to happen. Okay, all right. Well, I will say this. What's happening now could cover up a lot of stuff. Now, also, because there are supposedly still some investigation being done by the Justice Department. The Justice Department recently came out and said that they recovered 2 bodies that were left on the property. So this is one of the things they've got to clean up a little bit before they go in there and begin to do all of these things, right? So this is part of what's going on here, guys, at Epstein Island. Don't be a hater. just, be a creator. Let's make the best of this whole situation. And so, around his island, there is devil's breath. And there also are some, well, they found two individuals, according to the Justice Department, still on not the island, but I keep calling it the island. I don't mean to call it the island. It's his ranch, right? And so the ranch has been purchased now, and we know who the purchaser is, and he's a millionaire. And according to him, he is also ultra MAGA, and he's been on many shows, many interviews. I'm sure Fox has had him on, and he's a good guy. But again, he's got to get that devil's breath off of the ranch before he turns it over to a Christian retreat. And that's one of the things here. I'm going to go back to the article so you guys can check out the article here. Here it is on MSNBC. This is what they are saying. They are saying that here's a MAGA hopeful silences critics after ghoulish Epstein link is revealed. And so he's got to silence the critics, because there's a lot of people who are criticizing him for such a thing. This is 6 days ago. And it says he's overtly pro-Trump, millionaire, real estate, mongrel, Texas comptroller, former senator, identified the Epstein Zorro Ranch. He bought it, and now he acknowledges the revelation, prompting critics of all stripes to hound him relentlessly. They're hounding him relentlessly. Why would you want to do such a thing? And so, of course, he says that he's going to turn it into a Christian retreat, right? So the first report on Friday, Heflin was revealed to have purchased Epstein's Zorro Ranch, a sprawling 7,600 property. It says 7,600 property in central New Mexico. In the 2023, using limited liability corporation he created just weeks before the purchase. So I guess he put together something here. It says the property was the center of the disturbing plan of Epstein to seed human race with his DNA. So this is what Epstein wanted to do. I guess we have to get back to that. I don't know why Epstein would want to do it. It makes me think about, the disturbing reports about Epstein supposedly being a shapeshifter as well. And that's one of the things that we did hear about. I don't know whether or not that is true. This is what has been brought out in some of the reports, according to the Epstein file releases. They said that he was a shapeshifter. Could he be an alien with a big head and the big eyes? Well, no, of course not. But it just, I don't know. All of this is conspiracy, though. Anyway, it says here that he wanted to, however, seed the human race with his DNA. This is according to MSN, mainstream Nudia ministry. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking about let's see. Oh, this one here is a sideline where you can also read about Trump backed this key Texas candidate and defends a coach accused of making kid exercise nude. Oh boy, it just never ends, right? It never ends. But that's a sideline. We'll read that story on another